So here we are. It's still a good morning, whatever the case. And just to on presentations before we start with the project, I would like to make a small introduction about the Gardens of the Future and the partnership. So Gardens of the Future's aim is to become a sustainability hub in the heart of Nicosia. And we work the last 3.5 years quite closely on integrating the sustainable development goals of the United Nations with a vision to have a common effort to achieve sustainable solutions for our cities. We do it year by year, focusing on impacting the lives of others by 2030. So we have a very strong bet to develop solutions and prototypes together with other organizations, mostly focusing on zero waste and circular economy. One of these projects that is currently running, it's called Smart Greenhouse. It's co-developed with our partners, Novatex solution from Cyprus, who is our technology partner, and Miletia from Crete in Greece, that is also our transfer partner. And the project is funded by IDEP, the local organization behind the Erasmus Plus. You can find that the project has a dedicated website called Greenhouse Project EU, and it's also in social media in case you want to keep in touch. So what this project is about in a nutshell, is the screen okay, by the way? Yeah. It's about developing a prototype greenhouse, like the traditional greenhouses, where you will have all the elements to grow herbs and vegetables and anything else you want, but also it will have a digital twin that with the combination of sensors and a group of applications, you will be easily manage the process of growing things on your greenhouse. So Smart Greenhouse Project stands for sustainability, management, automation, research, and technology. And for who is this? Can I move this? Or is it pinned? Yes. So I will just say it out loud. This project addresses different people. So I don't know who's on the audience at the moment, but on the one, the garden greenhouse, it's a project that will implement a prototype. In the process of the prototype, we will teach people a variety of classes. So these classes can refer to people who are gardeners professionally or not, micro farmers. There are a lot of people in Cyprus that they develop their own micro farming, sustainability enthusiasts and ecologists or individual learners who just want to join our workshop series. But at the same time, we will take this opportunity of the workshop series that they will take place in spring and summer to introduce other experts. So anybody who has the special knowledge in the industry on different thematics that I will explain in a bit, educators from universities or other practitioners who are really want to get involved with the project, they will have the opportunity to share their knowledge or share their story through this workshop series. So the workshop series refer to 5 key thematics. We spent the last season developing a compelling curriculum like you do in the university, but this has more of a transferable attitude and more forward thinking or hands-on learning. So the one thematic will relate to renewable energy integration. So how do we harness the power of the sun? How can we take advantage of humidity or water? Is there any other ways of renewable energy we can use so this greenhouse can be autonomous? These are going to be questions and references referring to the first thematic. The second thematic relates to affordable, user-friendly agriculture technology solutions. So there are ways, for example, I have here one system that you can plug on the water system, and from your mobile, you can be away from your farm and control the opening and the closing of the water. There are systems like Arduino that you can start developing automatic solutions that they can adjust with weather conditions. For example, if it gets too hot, open the windows automatically. If it's the humidity is low and the soil is getting dry, add more in the water. So this optimization that a lot of people spend time on investigating, the digital twin of the greenhouse will be able to provide the solutions. Micro farming practices, so how you grow things from a traditional perspective and also non-traditional. Circular systems, so we really want to design prototype modules within the garden. For example, the sink. So are we able, when we wash things, when we wash vegetables, to reuse that water? So if we can do that, is this a module that other people can use in their greenhouse to be able to use its own wastewater? These are just challenging questions we're gonna try to resolve within the next 6 months. And there is online a form. I'm not sure if you can see now through the live session. My colleagues will share the link on the Zoom call or on the chat. So I will wait for a bit. Give me a heads up if you can see the presentation or the Google form. Can you see the Google form?
Yes.
Okay. So anybody who is interested, either to learn from this workshop series or participate by sharing your expertise within these workshops, there is an online form that you can provide your contact details and what will you be interested. We try to keep the process very participatory. So you are able to tell us where would you like to focus. You are able to tell us your preferable availability, if you prefer weekends or weekdays. So we try to, there is still space to tailor-make the agenda. And to continue, there is a time frame for this project. We are currently on phase 3. As I said, we spent the last year on investigating who are the key players that we can join forces for this project. We did a kickoff here at the Gardens of the Future last spring. We had about 30, 50 people, I think, and joining our kickoff. And now we're on phase 3, where we'll be developing with you the educational workshops. We aim to run every 2 weeks until the summer. So while the workshops are evolving, we will be building the prototype. And eventually in July, June, we will be able to have a working prototype here at the Gardens. Just a glimpse, we will install it in the heart of the main area of the Gardens here in Nicosia Old Town. It's approximately 6x8. And this area is also able, apart from growing vegetables and plant-based food, will be also to accommodate the training of 15, 20 people. And we'll also have the sensory systems, either for other people to come as an educational tour or either people to participate to build this and make this prototype live. So we spend time trying to understand what we will work on. Some days we will be building the materials, building out of waste that we will use possibly as bricks or as modules for the greenhouse. We design modules that we will be able to open sourcely provide available to others to design and build. And we'll also provide a toolkit with all these sensory systems that someone can take and develop their own greenhouse. So we really try to zoom in the last 6 months and investigate what are the problems we are trying to solve, and in terms of technology, and we split them in 3 categories. One is to manage it. So how do you open the greenhouse? Do you need any cameras for security reasons? Do you have automatic locks? Do you need to know who's inside or not? Then we have the sustainability sensors and the human quality condition sensors. So things like working solutions for mosquitoes. Can we provide something that will allow resolve the problem of mosquitoes? Things that we can control the weather, things that we can control the soil quality. So this will be a package of a lot of sensors. The presentation will be available to share for those who complete the Google form, so we can share this with you to have an understanding. But this is just a list of cameras, biomedical sensors, humidity sensors, motion sensors. So it's a group of things that there is no point of going now on the technicalities, but they will enhance the performance of the greenhouse. These are some investigations of the design. So we really try to find a way to use reclaim windows like you had in old greenhouses, but also re-engineer the materiality. So we can have some partition walls built out of waste of soil or construction debris. Or if there are any industry partners who already have materials and they want to use the materials to help us build the greenhouse, are mostly welcomed. So that's it. There is plenty of time to discuss if you have any questions. I'm not able to see the chat because of the screen, but if anybody has any questions, happy to hear, even from here.
And I thought you have the size kind of set, or it's completely flexible?
It's approximate. So the dimensions of this at the moment, it's 6 by 8 by 4 for remaining to height. But the importance is to be able to come down to an IKEA logic kit. You need to be able to dismantle it and fold it and take it out from the door. So the design is not finalized yet, and we're happy to collaborate with design experts to resolve. We have a lead, but at the moment it's still in process.
Because I think it would be interesting if people could have a smaller prototype that they could have on their balcony.
Yes.
Something really small.
It's
could be applicable. Are you thinking about that? That then they can
yes.
say,
It's very good that you mentioned this because the greenhouse modules splits into scales. So it's the actual module, the planting module that someone can take and take it to the balcony. But if someone is a micro farmer and needs a bigger space,
they can
so
expand it.
yeah, the second scale is the total greenhouse module. And I have to mention also in kit, because we have the physical greenhouse and the digital, some can take the technology sensory system. So people will have the option to take a module that you can fit in the balcony. You can take the whole system, or you can also take only the technical one.
Have you done any price analysis with the sensor?
No, because at the moment it's at the R&D phase. So we only will be able to answer this when the prototype is done. Yes. And I also forgot to mention, because of the Erasmus program, we are providing these classes for free. So it's a great opportunity for anybody to access education at all levels. And we give special emphasis to underrepresented communities. So we would really like to see migrants, asylum seeking migrants coming in, or anybody from the neighborhood who doesn't have a job and feels like getting involved and getting mingled with others. So this is also very important for us. Yes.
What are the advantages of using a glass shell versus some other netting to keep out bugs and stuff?
We are also in questioning either we need to have the glass traditional way, or a few months ago we investigated umbrella systems where, like, when you don't need to, it can be an open space greenhouse, and when you want to, it can close down. So hello, have a seat. Yeah. So people can have the option. At the moment, we are very flexible. It hasn't been finalized, so I'm not sure if I answered your question.
No, okay. It's my question is just the traditional glass greenhouse. What advantages does it propose for climate like that? Which that's already quite good.
Yeah, it will probably, the answer would be, what are the advantages of the traditional greenhouse? Yeah, and I think it's controlling the conditions. You don't rely only to the external weather conditions. You are kind of numerically controlling the temperatures and humidities, and that allows you to have a more stabilized growth. So we need to see if we can keep the monitoring of the conditions without keeping the share.
So you can do the course online?
Yes, actually, it's a very good question. The toolkit, the curriculum, our technical partners, Novatex, developed on the website somewhere you can register and have a profile and access like you do in a university, the modules. So everything will be onlinely accessible, but the hands-on series, it will be duplicated in the gardens in Nicosia and in Crete, in Miletia. So we want people to come face to face. They're gonna be, we consider this a blended approach. So accessible education material online, but the physical presence on the hands-on workshop, because we are gonna be physically building things. So it's better to do it physically.
What days and times is it?
We are still open, so we allow a few weeks on the registration form to people to let us know and give us a hint if we should keep it weekdays or weekends.
Okay.
Yes. Any questions from the online audience? I'm not able to see the chat, but I see people online. So you can unmute your microphones.
Natasha, where's the form?
I will send it. It's on the link. It's on the Zoom link, but I will send it.
Greenhouse link, and it wasn't working.
It's on the Facebook event. If you go on the Facebook event, it's on the description.
Okay.
But we also have it available on our social media.
Okay.
The form is also in the chat here for those that are online.
Okay. Are we having any questions online, or shall I close the session? Okay. So thank you for your time and thank you for coming. And we'll be in touch.
Thank you, Natasha.